our team captain and top fundraiser hangout, virtual meeting, virtual something, whatever you want to call it. But we're really glad that you're here. My name is Emily Rios, Bike MS manager, and I'm joined tonight by...
I'm Terry. I'm the team captain for Team Roadkill and also on the bike committee.
Yes, thank you so much for being here tonight. Terry is my fellow co-host, my fellow driver. So tonight, the things that we're going to kind of go over and chat about, our event schedule overview, kind of do some reminders. You know, it's been a long time since we've done a full Bike MS weekend, so we're just going to make some friendly reminders. We'll also talk about team and top fundraiser goodies, because that's one of the best parts of Bike MS. And then I am beyond excited. I wish there was a different word for excitement, but I'm beyond excited to share information about our very first fundraising challenge. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm already excited. I'm even saying it wrong. And what else are we doing tonight, Terry? Oh, you're muted, my friend.
Sorry, folks. I just literally came in from work and grabbed my cowboy hat. So, so we're going to be, you're asking me what else we're doing tonight?
Yeah, what else are we doing tonight?
We're going to be talking about some of the amenities at the ride and some of the fun stuff too. So,
and then we'll open the floor for some Q&A.
Hey.
Take it away, Terry.
All right. So, oh, I just love these pictures on this slide too, by the way. One year when TRK decided to do Christmas in July or whatever, when Friday night was on July 31st, that was really fun. So Friday night, we're going to do a trivia night, and maybe some of you remember we had the team trivia before. We decided not to do karaoke this year, and one of the reasons was because we just thought with COVID still being around, it would be a good idea to lessen the amount of contact, and we just didn't really think that people sharing microphones and things like that was probably a great idea. So, so we thought trivia would be a little less contact, but would be really fun too. So we're looking forward to doing that. Let me see. I apologize because I don't have my notes in front of me right now. So,
what's our movie theme this year?
Oh, that's right. So our movie theme is Wizard of Oz. And I just think that lends itself to some really fun, whimsical kinds of things. And one of the things that makes Rider Village really exciting is when teams decorate their team tents. So, so it's a good idea to, reach out to your team members. Usually what I do is just put out an email and say, hey, is there a couple of people that want to step up and kind of take on decorating, and then letting us know like what we need to bring. And then everybody just sort of pitches in and comes on Friday and brings different things. And we just kind of all work together to, make it into whatever it turns out to be. And it's always really fun. So, we do, one of the things we do too is we do like a little snack potluck, and we just have a table in our tent with some, places for people to put snacks to share and things like that. Some people get dinner on the way down. Some people do the taco truck. But it's always kind of fun to coordinate with your team and just to kind of see who would want to, take something on. And decorating the tent is always super fun, and it just makes everything that much more enjoyable for the people walking around and stuff like that. So,
and I'll jump in here too, because I definitely want everybody to know about this really cool thing that one of our new gold level sponsors, Swire Coca-Cola USA, is doing. So they're not only donating all of this great in-kind Coca-Cola product to our event, but on Saturday night before the movie, they're going to do Coke floats. So I think that's going to be really delicious and yummy. You know, get a big Coke float with a big red spoon, and then you can go sit by the front and wait for the movie to start. So I think that's just, I'm very excited about it, clearly. This also might be the first time for a movie Under the Stars where I'm like, somebody save me a seat in the front. I'm watching this movie the whole way through. I cannot wait. And I also will cry when Dorothy sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yes.
Because I always do.
And so accommodation. So as we've done in the past, it's free camping out on the football field. It's first come, I always say, get there so you can get the shady part. And RV parking is, you know, no hookups or anything. But there is electrical, is that right? Oh, no electrical. Okay.
No, nothing. You just park in a parking lot.
Parking in a parking lot. Yeah. And then the dorms are great, but there is no air conditioning. So I always suggest bringing a fan. But it's nice and centrally located to everything. And I personally like to have a shower and an indoor bathroom. So that's why I get one every year. And there's, you know, you can go on the website and it shows you all the different options. And then the Independence Hotel is giving us a discount. So you can use the code BikeMS22 to get a discount. And I believe the rooms are going fast. If I'm not mistaken, there's very few left. So if that is something you're wanting to do, but this is good information to get out to your team. And then the beer garden is back this year, which is really exciting. And it's also very exciting that we have this new sponsor, Breakside Brewing. They hosted our kickoff party, and it was such a great event and a great space that they provided for us. So there'll be beer and wine and cider available. And we're doing drink tickets and not bracelets, right? So you'll get, or is it going to be?
It'll be tickets or bracelets. We're still figuring that out, but it's 3.
Yeah, but they get 3, you know, 3 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. And so that's really fun. And then Friday, there's the taco bar that I mentioned earlier, and that is self-pay. And then all of the other meals are provided. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday, breakfast and the barbecue on Sunday afternoon. And all of that will be in your packet when you pick up your packet. So you'll get all that information. But it's really good to let your teammates know that they, you know, they don't have to worry about their meals for the weekend. So I always tell my team too that if there's like a specific snack that you really want to bring, go ahead and do that. But they're also, I think last year we had sort of a rest stop in the Grove, right? That had some snacks and things. So, I mean, there's always food around. So, so you're fully supported the whole weekend for sure.
Indeed. So thank you for that overview, Terry. Thank you so much. Now we're going to dive into those teams and top fundraiser goodies. So we are celebrating fundraising going all the way back to 2019. So we're celebrating fundraising in 2019, 2020, although we didn't really promise anything in 2020, wink, wink. But we're still saying, hey-oh, woohoo. And then, of course, last year. So we have a lot of stuff. For those of you that have earned team tents, you will find that your tents are really going to be bursting out of the seams with stuff because, you know, remember that kiddie pool you won back in 2019? Well, I do. You might be saying, why do we have all these lights in our tent? Well, it's because you got it in last year, you know. So we're really trying to recognize all of the fantastic fundraising that people have been doing for so many years, who've stuck by our side through some really challenging times. We really want to celebrate that. So this is the list of people that have a tent at Bike MS. It is contingent also on your team size. So big teams like Team Roadkill, Point B, CBRE, you guys are going to have the big 2020 by 20 by 20. Everyone else is going to have those 10 by 10s, but I promise you they will be quite stocked with all kinds of fun things. Again, I'll reiterate what Terry said earlier. Decorate those tents up. That is your space to have some fun, to have a theme. You can go with the Wizard of Oz theme if that feels right to you, or you can do something completely different. There are no rules. And we do give out an award to the best dressed tent. So that's good to know. Bragging rights. We also want to make sure that we call out. So, we know getting a team tent is hard. That's a tough threshold to cross to get that team tent. So we always like to think of our small but mighty teams. So we just launched this week our Golden Team Tent Challenge. So small but mighty teams, you guys got that email from me on Monday. Check your inboxes. Every week from now until event weekend, we're going to have different challenges. This week, the challenge is to update your team's profile picture and to get all of your teammates to update their personal profile pictures. If you do that, you get an entry into the Golden Tent Drawing, which we will do Friday night during our Friday night short show. And it's a cool tent. It has gold streamers. It's yellow. We actually got a yellow tent. It's super exciting. It's really going to stand out amongst that sea of white tents. It's going to have bubbles. It's going to have gold sparkle things hanging from the ceiling. It's not just a tent. It's like a fully decked out team tent. So along with honoring all of the team excellence, we are also honoring team fundraising excellence from the past 3 years. So for those of you that got into the Century Club, we did transition out of Century Club, but we're still going to celebrate Century Club members. You're going to get a pass to the Bike MS Spa. The Bike MS Spa is back. It is better than ever. It's so awesome this year, let me tell you. There's like going to be a little bar where you can have a little bag and get all these little goodies to go. There's going to be lavender scented washcloths. It's going to be wonderful and beautiful. So if you were in the Century Club in 2020, you're going to get a pass to the spa. That's our way of saying thank you so much for your great fundraising back in 2019. Top 50 club members from 2021. Obviously, you guys are going to get your pass to the Bike MS Spa. So that would have been earned in 2020. So again, trying to do that excellence and say thank you for all of that wonderful work. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, if you made it into top 50 this year, you get all of the bells and whistles. Not only do you get that pass to the spa, you're also going to get your bib with the number corresponding to your rank. So Chris Crawford is our #1 fundraiser. His bib number is #1. You're also going to get a top 50 club backpack cooler, and everybody should look inside when they get it because there's going to be stuff inside. And then, of course, a pass to the spa. So we have about 78, 79 passes to the spa. So it's going to be a hopping place. Of course, I want to make sure to draw everybody's attention to that. Of course, we have our own local, I don't know why this is running away from me. We have, things that we do locally, but there are larger national prize incentives. So, if you get to $500, you can choose between socks and a really cool Bike MS. Water, what do you call those? Ouija water things, like a little cup. If you get into Club K, of course, you're going to get your local event jersey, but you're also going to get to choose from some national prizes. Same thing with the high rollers. Once you hit 2,500, you're going to get an option between a really cool Bluetooth speaker and a really fun woolly vest. When you hit $5,000, that's going to get you into the Passport program, which is really cool. Once you hit Passport level, you can go to any ride within the United States, and you are treated like a VIP. You do not have to fundraise for that ride, and you do not pay a registration fee. So it's super cool. And then, of course, finally, for the Premier Peddlers, you get a choice between a watch and a Yeti cooler. So those are kind of just reminding everybody what those big fundraising prizes are. As team captains, watch the progress of your teammates, right? If you have somebody that's like at $4,500 raised, be like, hey, by the way, you're just a couple $100 off of getting to that Passport level. So this is a great thing to share with your teams. And for top fundraisers on the call, this is just a reminder to you that there's some cool stuff to get again. If you haven't seen it yet, this is our Club K jersey this year. This was the one that won at our kickoff party. So I just take every opportunity, every time we have one of these little virtual events, I like to just make sure that everybody has seen it. I cannot wait to see it in person. It is on the way. I got a FedEx tracking number. It's coming. I'm super excited to see what it actually looks like in person, but I imagine everyone's going to look really cool wearing these out on the route. Okay, drum roll. We are launching for the very first time a challenge match. This is a big deal. This is a very, very big deal. So we received an anonymous donation of $30,000. And the donor said, do with this what you will. And we went back to them and said, how would you feel if we took this $30,000 and we ran a challenge match? They said, sure, go for it. So we are going to be launching on Thursday, July 28th, starting at 9 a.m. promptly. We will match dollar for dollar any donation you receive over $2,500 or $25, and we will match up to $1,500 per participant. So if that morning at 9 a.m. you start getting, $100 here, we will match it $100. You get 1,000 here, we'll do 1,000. And we are basically going to run the match until it runs out. So there's no telling how long it will last. The statistics from other rides that have done something like this, the Texas MS 150, which has thousands and thousands of riders, their match ran out in like 10 minutes, but hey, they've got thousands of people, right? So we're not quite sure how long this money is going to last, but this is a great opportunity for your $0 fundraisers. Start looking at those rosters and saying, hey, friend, you're sitting at $0. You got to hit that $250 to participate. The challenge match could be a great way to get them to meet that fundraising minimum. It's also a great way to level up into those higher prize levels, right? Hey, you're a couple $100 off from getting your jersey. If you can get a couple more donations and they're matched, you'll get that jersey, and so forth and so on. So this is dollar for dollar again. It's online only or Facebook. However, if you have checks and you get them in fast enough and they post fast enough, we will match that as well. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you download the Bike MS app that has the check capture. So that's how you would do that. You would do that through the app. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to take this $30,000 and we're trying to make it into $60,000. This is a big deal. We're super excited. So, yeah. Who's excited?
So what you just told me was don't send out my fundraising reminder to people this weekend. Wait another week.
You could wait another week. You could also, what happens if the money runs out in 10 minutes and your donations don't make it in until after the match is done? You have to play that by ear, John. I'm putting both sides out there.
But I guess what I'm getting is anything that comes in before the 28th at 9 a.m. doesn't get matched.
Correct. 9 a.m. on the 28th.
Just making sure I understand that. All right.
Yes, correct. And I'm just trying to show you the other side of the coin, that
Right.
we don't know
Right.
how quickly this will go. We don't know what that will look like. And so depending on when your donations are coming in, the 30,000 might have already been met.
Right.
If that makes
So
sense, right?
It's like a brain teaser. Yeah. You got to figure this
It
one
is.
out. It's a riddle.
It's going to be interesting to do it on our administrative side too, I will say. But we're excited. It's like all hands on deck. So, of course, that's our biggest piece of news. More information will be rolling out. Everybody will be getting a standard email about this on the 27th. And depending on how quickly things go or how slow things go, there'll be some email updates that will come after that. Once the money is out, there will be a blast that says, hey, everybody, the money's gone, just FYI. But some other really important dates that I think it's just good to keep these in mind, put them on your calendar. Our final registration price increase will be on Monday, July 25th. It goes up to 70. It's 60 right now. So if you do have any last final stragglers that just haven't come back to the team yet, you might want to use that price increase as a way to kind of, come on, it's going to happen, guys. We're in July. We're 3 weeks out. We are absolutely going to have Bike Events this year. The challenge match again, Thursday, July 28th at 9 a.m. precisely, not a minute before. And it ends when we hit 30,000. And I apologize if my screen is looking a weird color. It's just started doing this. My monitor just goes blue. I don't know why. And finally, for all of my Portland Metro folks, anybody within the Portland area, packet pickup is going to be on Saturday, July 30th. It's going to be at our offices, our chapter offices, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you've got that time to come pick up your rider packet, your jersey, your t-shirt, all your good stuff, your backpack cooler with all the cool stuff inside. FYI, a reminder, fundraising minimum must be met. So if you're sharing this information with your teammates, just make sure that they know that they've got to have that, either a check that they're going to hand me, get into that fundraising minimum, they've got to at least meet the minimum. So Q&A, we're going to open the floor. I know I bombarded you with a bunch of different information, but this is your time to ask questions. I will do my very best to answer them.
I have a question. Do you happen to have an address for the chapter office in Portland for packet pickup, or will that come out to us?
It will come out to you via email, but we're located at the Water Tower, which is off of McAdam. I'm like trying to pull up the address right now. I think it's 5331 McAdam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great question. There will be an email. So we're going to geo-target it. So we'll only go to people within a 45-minute drive to Portland. We'll send out that information to those folks specifically. Kim.
Hi.
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 Good to see you.
When this is the first year that we will have a tent, and we're all very excited about decorating it. When do we have access to it on Friday night?
Great question. So we open Rider Village at 5 p.m. on Friday, August 5th. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, we're in business starting at 5 p.m. Great question. Can't wait to see what you guys do for decorating. Other questions?
For the packet pickup, do you allow team captains to get the packets for everyone on their team and then hand them out, or?
As long as fundraising minimums have been met, yes.
Okay.
Yep, happy to do it.
Is there a stipulation about the waiver being signed?
I think we're good on waivers this year because I kept all of them from last year. And
Awesome.
the reason the waiver thing comes up, if I register people, technically I don't have the authority of their waiver, but I kept everybody's waivers from last year, so that counts. So we should be. I didn't store them away. I kept them. So we should be good there legally.
Great.
Yeah.
We have a couple of new riders this year, I'm happy to say.
Yes.
So we had a
Congrats.
drop out at the last minute for good reasons, but they need to sign waivers to let me pick up their packets.
No, waivers if I've registered people. So your people are fine.
Okay, thank you.
When I acknowledge all this information, that little checkbox at the bottom of the registration, that's your waiver.
Cool. Thank you, Emily.
Of course.
Yeah, the waiver is for like liability. It's like a liability.
Liability. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got everybody's signature now. Did that last year.
So I have one more question about the actual ride. So we signed up to do the 22 miles. And so the next one up is like, what, 36 or something like that. Do the two intermingle? Could we do like, if we wanted to do more than 22, but maybe not quite 36? Or is it one or the other?
Great question. So our entire route profile, that's probably not the right word, is in a giant loop. So the good thing about it is as you're riding, you will come to points where it's like, if you're going 22 miles, you're going to take a right here. If you're going to the 36, keep going straight. So there's kind of you hop off and you can hop on. So if you guys are out there and you're feeling really good and you're feeling like, yeah, we're really having a great time, you can just take that 36 path. And at any point, you can always kind of turn around. It's, because it's in that circular. Don't forget, we are fully sagged. So we have vehicles that are constantly going around the route. If you are ever in a position where you're like not feeling good or something has happened to your bike or anything like that, you can wave them down and they will take you to a rest stop or they'll bring you back to Rider Village. So if you're feeling like you want a challenge, I would say go for it. And then, if it's not working out for you, don't worry. There's tons of places where you can kind of change your mind.
Great, thank you.
If that makes sense. And for those of you that have done our routes multiple times, feel free to jump in and kind of talk through that from a user experience. I've only ever driven them, so I'm not quite sure what the cyclist experience is like, but that's how it feels when you're driving.
I feel like the smaller route, one of the reasons that we added a small route to this ride is because it was one of those things that people could do 5 miles if they wanted. I brought my dad who was battling cancer and he wanted to ride. And so we took him 2 miles out and then turned around and came 2 miles back. And he did 4 miles for the whole day. And it was like the thrill of his life. He just thought it was the greatest thing ever. And he got his little medal when he came over the finish line and he was super excited. So, and we've had a lot of people talk about that it really made the ride accessible for people living with MS because they could, challenge themselves to ride and go out. Maybe they wanted to ride 10 miles that day. So they'd go out 5 and come back the other 5. And then they had, they did what they could do for the day. So, so it's at least for that smaller route, that is definitely a situation where you go as far as you want and come back. So.
Did that answer your question, Robin? Does that all make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Great. Other questions? Ask me now. Don't text me on Friday, August 5th, being like, Emily, I have a question about this. I'm busy. It might take me a while to get back to you. Okay? So ask the questions now. Don't text me at midnight the day before. Emily, I have a question. I mean, you can. It's fine. It literally might take me a long time to respond.
Okay, I'll ask one more question.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The person that we ride that our team rides for, she's still not sure if she's going to ride or not. And her husband's like, come on, we can do it. But she's thinking she wants to bring their RV down and camp there. I see that it's first come, first serve. Are there directions on where to go for RV camping?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there will be a map in your rider packet. It shows you where all the parking places are.
Cool.
Kim, you've been to our ride before. So if you're standing looking at the football field, Ackerman and the Grove would be behind me.
Yes, ma'am.
Over here to the left is the tent camping where all the little tents are
Yeah.
hanging out. Then there's the track. Then there's like the stadium seating. The parking lot right behind that is where the RVs park. So it's kind
Behind
of the
the
parking lot to the far right.
Parking lot.
Ackerman is behind me.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
And there's signs. There's directional signs. Like as soon as you come into Woo, it's like VIP parking here, RV parking here, blah, blah, blah. At least
And
there's
there's-
supposed to be. Let me know if there's not, because that means something has happened.
And I'll add, there's public restrooms. I hope they'll be open, Emily, right where that parking lot is.
Yes.
So that's nice for the RV people.
Okay.
Yes. We keep the university restrooms open all night. And then there's also additional porta potties by the tent camping as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great question. All right. Any other questions? We're all here together. Any questions? Concerns? Excitement? Who's excited about Bike MS? Is anyone excited out there? Is anyone really looking forward to something in particular that they want to share about what they're most looking forward to?
Seeing everybody.
Yeah, I feel that way.
Me too. Me
Seeing
too.
everyone.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Well, I will share that this is my first ride. I was diagnosed with MS in January. So it's going to be probably kind of an emotional weekend for me, but I feel like it's going to be super supportive and just excited to be there.
I have to tell you,
Robin.
my husband's been living with MS for 12 years, and Bike MS is what got our family involved in fundraising and everything with the MS Society, because he went to it. One of my coworkers invited him to be on his team, and he had just been diagnosed about 6 months before that, and we had done Walk MS in the spring of that year. And so he went to the ride, and he said that his experience was like his bike didn't even hit the ground, like he was floating the whole time. There was just so much positivity and so many people to ask questions and to, you know, feel related about. And it just was like such an amazing experience for him. And that he was sitting on the bus on the way back, because that year the ride was an out and back, so, or an out, and then they drove you back. And so he's on the bus with the two other people he rode with. That was first year for Team Roadkill, and we were 3 riders. And
Wow.
he's sitting on the bus, and he's like, "We got to make this bigger. We got to do something. We got to get more people out here. They're going to love this. This is going to be great." And that was the year that he convinced about, 40 of his friends to come out to Bike MS, and it was like 104 degrees. They moved the ride to Monmouth, and it was like 100, and he had trained for the Century ride, and he had trained with all of his buddies. And so all of his buddies did the Century ride, and he wasn't able to because, it was just the heat, and MS is just not a good deal. So he ended up doing the 32-mile ride with me, and it was my first Bike MS. And our sons, it was their first Bike MS, and they did the Century ride in the heat. It was just like this epic weekend. And it all started because he just had that, amazing experience, that very first bike ride. So I hope your experience is amazing too, Robin. It's just a great group of people to be around. And there's people on this call that have MS, and, and they can attest to that feeling as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, and some things I think to get really excited about that I think is extra special for our MS community. First is our Saturday night program, where we feature the stories of people that live with MS and their perspective and their experience. And I find that is always a really, really uplifting moment. We also have a lot of fun during the program. We do lots of awards. We have fun. But that moment where we really feature those voices, I think is really special. And of course, on Sunday morning, we have our I Ride with MS Victory Lap. So anybody that lives with MS will have their I Ride with MS jersey. They come to the start-finish line and they get to do a 1-mile loop around the university, and everybody cheers and claps. And it's those riders that open up our start line for the day. They're the ones that lead us out on day 2. So once everybody's back from that victory lap, we say the route is now open and let everybody else leave. So I think that those are really special moments that I can't wait for you to experience. And John, I see your hand is raised. Feel free to hop in.
Well, you already said it all on Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all I was going to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Robin, we can't wait to meet you. You've got all these new friends that are going to come find you and say hi.
Thank you. I'm done cooking, so I turned my camera back.
Yes, I was like, let us see your face so we know to come find you and say hey.
Thanks.
Of course. All right. Well, I can't wait to see all of you in just a couple of weeks. You know where to find me. Call, text, email, just not Thursday night at midnight. And when I'm in Monmouth, I will be busy. You can, of course, you can always call or text, but it might just take me a little longer to get back in touch with you. But keep fundraising, keep being the awesome people that you are, keep engaging those teammates, and I will see you in a couple weeks, guys. Yay!
Yay, exciting. It's exciting.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Yep.